Hello, welcome. We're playing AI Dungeons today. Giant Spatcher says hi, hello. This is, it's not really a tradition. We did it once last year for Halloween, and I wanted to do it again this year for Halloween. If you do it twice, is that a tradition? This is a hallowed Halloween tradition. We're playing AI Dungeons. Now, last year, we took a little paperback book that I had, gotten from like a used bookstore called The Transition of Titus Crow, and we took the intro to that book and used it to generate a prompt for AI Dungeons and wrote that story because the actual story wasn't very good. Good use of lo-fi hip-hop YouTube. Oh, thank you. Yeah, we have Haunted House lo-fi hip-hop up there. Very choice. I recommend. It's a 3-hour loop, so if we go for 3 hours, it'll start over again. You can enjoy this song a second time potentially if you stick around, and that's how you get viewership. That's how you get people to listen to the whole thing. It turned out that book was part of a series, and so I thought we would do the same thing again. We started, it turns out, with the second book in the series. So today we're going to start with the first one. It's from this series of books that doesn't show up on camera. Perfect. Can we go to the big camera? Will that work? No, it also won't work. Here's a view that also won't work. Maybe if I hold it at exactly the right angle. These are the Brian Lumley's Mythos Omnibus. I'm reading it off the camera. So much potential content. Oh yeah. So this is, I was going to try to tie it to the continuity of the last one that we did, but I think that is a fool's errand, particularly to try to get AI Dungeon to do a prequel. Seems very fraught. So like it just wouldn't work. So what I've done instead is I've done the same thing we did last year. I took some of the introductory chapter, the chapter 1, as it's sometimes known among you plebeians, of the book The Burrowers Beneath, which is the first in the series, and put it in AI Dungeon. Now, the thing is, these books, which I forgot, are all documents. It's like, reading Dracula or something, where it's all like letters and newspaper clippings and stuff. And I've actually read the first book in the series, unlike the second one we did last year, which I have not read. It makes it a little hard to put a prompt into AI Dungeon, so we add a little bit of extra context. I literally just put in a paragraph at the beginning, just to kind of set the scene. And also, is it true that New York is the concrete jungle where dreams are made of? Epistolary novels. Oh yeah, okay, yeah, it's an epistolary novel. Is New York the concrete jungle where dreams are made of? It's smelly. It's a smelly place. I went back to New York recently after some absence. And I was like, oh, it's kind of gross here. I was disappointed. No, says if I was in said New York, that there's nothing I cannot do because of the fact that I am in New York, that I'm not so sure about. Anyway, let's crack into this. We've got, so basically what I did was the first chapter has like 10 letters in it, and I chose 2 that were the most interesting and put a little framing device at the beginning. Giant Spatcher says, Noodles, it is true, our civic engineering is intangible. New York, New York, New York. Anyway. Let's get into it. Let's get this started. You are Mr. Henri Laurent de Marigny, friend to eccentric gentleman of science Titus Crow. On a recent visit to Crow's home in London, you are surprised to find 2 letters drafted on his desk. Perfect. Perfect. You know how like a book starts with the person walking in and reading 2 letters? Anyway, that's what we're doing. The first reads as follows. My dear Mr. Plant. And these are actually from the book, just to be clear. So this is no longer my own writing. Having all my life been interested in seismological phenomena, I was profoundly interested in your article in the issue of The Recorder for 18th May. I know your coverage was as complete as any man in the street could possibly wish, but wonder if perhaps you could help me with my own rather more specialized inquiry. I shouldn't have, that's not a saucy line. There's no reason to be saucy about it. Will the streets make you feel brand new? Big lights will inspire you in New York? It's true. Mr. Plant, a name I did not choose. Mr. Plant and Mr. Crow, just having their correspondence with each other. Tremors of the type you described so well are particularly interesting to me, but there are further details for which, if it is at all possible you can supply them, I would be extremely grateful. Calculations I have made suggest, however inaccurately, that the Colville shocks were of a linear rather than a general nature. Semicolon. That is, that they occurred on a line almost directly south to north, and in that chronological order, the most southerly occurring first, which has got to be the most laborious way to say the earthquakes went in a line, but whatever. Mr. Lava Lamp, we gotta get him in here. I think the other guy is Mr. Bentham in these letters. So unfortunately, he should have been like, I don't know, Mr. Desk or something. All things the author could see, you know, in his room or like out the window. But it's fine. Okay, so the earthquakes are going in a line. This, at least, is my guess, and I would be grateful if you could corroborate, or, as no doubt the case will be, deny my suspicion, to which end I enclose a stamped, addressed envelope, which I think is thoughtful. Sincerely, and I swear I didn't make this part up, sincerely and appreciatively, yours I am, sir, Titus Crow. So that's how Titus Crow signs this letter. He signs the next letter differently. Send him a postcard! Oh, we gotta make that more of a... We need to, like, set up with Twilio or Mail Twilio or something to have, like, a send postcard command in Twitch chat. What could go wrong? The second letter is longer. I did write that sentence too. My dear sir, Sir Titus Crow. Lob. I would hook up Lob. I would give them some business. Having read a cutting from a copy of the Northern Mail for 18th May, I would like to say how vastly interested I was in that article which contained certain parts of your report on the condition of the west sections of Hardin Mine's old workings, and feel it a great pity that Sir David Betteridge, scientific advisor to the Northeast Coal Board, has chosen to look at your report in so unenlightened and frivolous a manner. Hello! Hey, Ringwet, welcome! We're just getting started. This is a letter from Titus Crow that Dimarani, our character, has found on a desk. So is this the book's intro you're reading? It is. Yep. So he wrote a letter asking a geologist if some earthquakes had all happened in a line, and another one, oh man, a tapir fact? Oh my god. And we're reading the second one now. Which is about some report of what? I gotta pay attention. I forgot that when I read things on this, I have to pay attention to them. Okay, that's about the condition of some mines. Is it bad if I ask you to read it from the start? You didn't miss anything yet. It's long and laborious. We're not gonna start from the beginning. All you need to know is the first letter says, you wrote, dear sir, you wrote about some earthquakes. Using my own instruments, it seems like the earthquakes happened in a line from north to south. Do you agree? And now he's writing his second letter, which says, I'm interested in your report on the conditions of the west sections of Hardin Mine's old workings. Tapir fact. Ooh, I don't know that I have good tapir. We can't put tapir facts here if I don't know any. Looking at the scrolling thing, I see it is longer than I thought. The first book's intro, I swear, wasn't that long. The first one was pretty long. The second one is long. This actually is the first book in the series. It is long. Have we mined the tapir fact mine dry? We might have. Speaking of mines, let me think. We know tapirs are endangered. We know they have different numbers of toes on their front and back legs. What's something we haven't done with tapirs yet? Did we say that? No, we did say that. I'm gonna reuse a tapir fact that I find interesting. Is that allowed? It's my channel. I can do whatever I want. Which is that how do tapirs do on the SATs? Oh, actually, that's a good question, and that is a bit of a little known fact. Tapirs, on average, they do exceptionally well on the language section, but the other sections, their scores are very poor, and so they come out pretty mediocre overall. Poorly, they eat paper. Yeah, they're not good paper eaters, but they're nature's gardeners. They eat fruits and they poop the seeds all over the place, just like nature wants them to do. All right, to me. We're going on. I don't know a tapir fact. I apologize. I gotta. Okay, you know what? We got literally the internet right here. I appreciate that you could do this too. Tapir fact. Oh wow, this is great. Look at that. They're ecologically very important animals because they disperse seeds with their feces as they move from one location to another. That's what I'm trying to tell people. Oh, here's a good fact that we haven't had. An adult tapir can eat as much as 75 pounds, or 34 kilograms for you everywhere else in the world people, of food in a single day. Ringwet says, so basically, a weirdly long and straight earthquake happened. Oh. And the guy who wrote the letter, I can read, seems to be implying he knows it's more supernatural than Sir David guy. Yeah, we'll get to that. Wow, cool. Literally every other animal should see. It's such an overused fact. Not every animal eats 75 pounds of food per day, except for me. To me, while admittedly knowing little of yourself or your job, it would seem rather irresponsible on the part of so large and well-founded an industrial board to employ for 20 years an inspector of mines without, during that time, discovering that his faculties are not all as that they should be. I hope there's more chicken robbery. We can push it in that direction. Now, I'm not a young man myself. Indeed, we are contemporaries. Weird fact to throw in about yourself, but okay. Indeed, we are contemporaries, but I have complete faith in my faculties, and since reading certain of the things in your report which I can, in a rather peculiar way, corroborate, I am sure that you were quite correct in the observations you made in the complex of the discontinued Hardin workings. Just how I can be so sure must, unfortunately, remain my secret. Like most men, I am averse to derision, a point I am sure you will appreciate, but I hope to offer you at least some proof of my sincerity in writing this letter. Noodle says, to quote Sheldon from BBT, I'm using the world's strongest graphics card, imagination. Giant Badger says, me, I'm not a young man myself. He's 27. And Newt says, me, but I'm 19. Yeah, no, if I can appreciate that. It makes sense, sort of, what he's saying, in the most, again, difficult and painstaking way possible. He's like, I'm your age, and I have all my faculties about me, so they shouldn't be calling you a crazy person. Thus, to reassure you beyond any doubt that I am not simply pulling your leg, in quotation marks, just in case you're not familiar with that phrase, pulling your leg, or in any way trying to add my own sarcastic comment to what has already been made of your report, I return your attention to the following. Other than mentioning briefly certain outlines which you say you found etched in the walls of those new and inexplicable tunnels which you discovered down there cut, or rather burned, as you had it, through the rock a mile below the surface, you seem reluctant to describe in detail the content or actual forms of these outlines. Might I suggest that it is because you did not wish to be further ridiculed, which you feared might well be the case should you actually describe the etchings. I'm not a young man. I am a contemporary man. I love when you gotta use pretentiousness to describe yourselves. And Noodle says, it's weird I'm legally allowed to view pornography, but I've been viewing it for half a decade or so it's just weird and slightly insulting to my rotting flesh cage. It's all legal now. You're also allowed to buy spray paint. True, you can spray your own pornography on buildings. I don't condone it, but you can't do that part legally. But you can obtain the tools, and afterwards you can legally view it. You're probably not supposed to do it, though. The thrill of the crime was part of it. Oh, no. Oh, my God. It's hot, by the way. It's unseasonably hot for November. And might I further tell you what you saw on those unknown tunnel walls, that these oddly dimensional designs depicted living creatures of sorts, like elongated octopuses or squids but without recognizable heads or eyes, tentacle worms, in fact, but of gigantic size? You can do it legally if you own what you spray. True! Oh, and Giant Badger says not if you have an HOA. Just dissolve every HOA. It's hot, by the way, after saying you can spray porn on the walls. Whew! Is it hot in here? I was just thinking about spraying porn on the walls. Dare I lay my cards on the table yet more fully, and mention the noises you say you heard down there in the depths of the earth. Sounds which were not in any way the normal stress noises of a pit, even given that the mine in question had not been worked in for 5 years and was in poor repair. Noodle says, I bought spray paint at middle school for a project. Oh, dang! Giant Smash says, Mr. Crow, would you still love me if I was a worm of gigantic size? Oh, it's a classic. It's a good question to test your relationship. And Noodle says, and then drew a penis on the parts of the school no one goes to? That's the correct use of spray paint. Excellent. You said chanting, Mr. Bentham, but quickly retracted your statement when a certain reporter became unnecessarily facetious. You hate it. Facetious reporters, ruining everything for geologists and mine inspectors of the world. Nonetheless, I take you at your original word. You said chanting, and I'm sure you meant what you said. How do I know? Again? Oh, he's so coy. Again, I am not at liberty to disclose my sources. However, I would be obliged for your reaction to the following. And we know this. This is some H.P. Lovecraft mumbo jumbo. I'm not even going to try to read it. We see some names that we recognize. Oh no, what have I done? I clicked and it disappeared. How? Oh my god, not like this. Please! Please! Okay, we're good. Oh my, no, we have to wait for it all to come back. Okay, well, we'll just chill out for a second. Bill says it's like between a wall dividing it from the other school, so it's very secluded. My favorite place to go when I wanted to cry. Oh no! I guess now there's a funny penis there to cheer people up for the next person like you. And Giant Spatcher says, if I got a letter like this, I would be like, never contact me ever again. Book's over. Yeah, it's a lot. Rangoet says, wait, I was half paying attention. So what I heard, there were weird symbols made from the earthquake and chanting in an abandoned mine in a weird language. Yeah, there was weird symbols in these tunnels in the mine and chanting. Yeah. But now we gotta wait for it all to write out it slowly for some reason. Holy fuck, this letter is 8 feet long. Unroll scroll. Living creatures of sorts. Yeah, so the etchings on the wall are showing weird squid worms. I would have ripped it up for kindling at that point. I think most reasonable persons would. Okay, facetious, blah, 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 blah. How do I know? I'm not at liberty to disclose. Imagine opening a letter to find this. Dickens' letters have nothing on this. There's the Cthulhu-y writing. Restricted as I am at this time regarding further illuminating my interest in the case or even explaining the origin of my knowledge of it, but still in the hope of an early answer and perhaps a more detailed account of what you encountered underground, I am, sir, yours sincerely, Titus Crow. He mailed the letter with a glitter bomb. I would just assume he's insane or trolling me. I would think so too. Okay, so this is the second letter we found. We're friend to Titus Crow, Henri de Marigny. Let's see what happens next. Please work. If it doesn't work, I will curl up in a ball and die. Please. Okay, the third letter. Damn you, AI Dungeons. I don't want to read. It can't be all letters. Oh, it's so dumb. Oh my god. Should we read the third letter? Oh my god, I'm crying. It can't be a third letter. Okay, the third letter is still longer. Should we let AI Dungeon write it? We could write it ourselves too, optionally. But let's see what they have to say. It's just for 20 pages. Maybe it will just summarize. My dear sir, having reread your letters and thought the matter over very carefully, I am now in a position to reply and can only do so at the risk of appearing very rude. We gotta know. So let me get this straight. So already he's sending a letter to someone who said they saw the weird stuff. Says he knows about and not to tell the other professional guys because he's dumb or something? I guess so. I am afraid that I cannot accept your invitation to call. I am now a married man and my wife is expecting me home at any moment. He thinks Titus Crow is coming on to him. I see. Okay, so we'll I'm dying. Wait, this is the third letter? Did Titus Crow send this man 2 letters in the book? The AI Dungeon generated a third letter for us. Please be so good as to acknowledge receipt of this letter to convey my thanks for the interest you have taken in the case. Very sincerely yours, Titus Crow. But we'll try to ignore that. Oh my god. Let's just edit this. Can we just say whatever the guy's name is? Rodney Bentham or whatever? I don't think it's Rodney. But, so Rodney Bentham. What happened to the second letter? No, this is great. Okay. We'll do some story. We'll say Titus Crow. Titus Crow enters the room and sees you reading the letters. Let's get some action in this story. It's now a period romance. Titus Crow enters the room and sees you reading the letters. Wait. Hopefully it realizes the end of the letter. Did you get them? I did indeed. I see. Well, what do you make of them? It seems like... let's do say. It seems like, what does Damarni say? It sounds like there's something fishy going on in those coal mines. What are you on to, Crow? We're gonna start this story. We're gonna do it. We'll see. Are you ready? Ready. Well, then it's best you don't know what we're doing. Get your coat. Okay, sweet. We're going with Titus Crow. Grab my coat and follow Crow to his, what kind of car does he drive? His Cadillac. You grab your coat and follow Crow to his Cadillac. The next few days pass, nothing of note happens, and you meet Crow's girlfriend, a socialite called Estelle Winter. You have a drink and dinner with both of them at the club. It's best you don't know what you're doing. Grab your coat. Nothing happens. Oh my god. I thought he was a married man. Well, I think that the seismologist or the mine inspector or whoever wrote back to say he was a married man in response to Titus Crow. Rainbow says, sorry, my internet went funny. So there was a second letter of the book, or did AI Dungeons just skip over the second one, go third? There was another. So the letter that you came in on was the second letter, and then this is good. No, Crow signed the letter. Well, we edited it. We edited it to be the guy's name instead that he wrote to. Maybe we should we just have left it as Crow? We can still go back. We changed it to Rodney Bentham. What was okay? What was the first letter? The first letter was the one about the earthquakes. So he wrote to a geologist, and then he also wrote to the mine inspector. The geologist, he asked about the earthquakes going in a straight line. The mine inspector, he asked about the symbols and the chanting and stuff. You have a drink and dinner with both of them at the club. Do order the fish. Order the fish. It looks... Order the fish and ask Titus if he heard back from... If he has news on the case. You order the fish and ask Titus if he has news on the case. Estelle Winter is also here. Let's not forget her. So this is like a date with Titus Crow, but you're like for the third wheel, it seems. Apparently so. Nothing new, I'm afraid. So this is a problem we have with AI Dungeon a lot. Is it doesn't ever want to do anything. It always hedges on everything and like is vague and like if you don't push it, no action will take place. It feels like. So we gotta take the initiative here. Nothing new, I'm afraid. The police have got the case sewn up tight, and the press is making it worse than the Keystone Cops. I don't know those guys. Wasn't there a reference to the Keystone Cops in Arrested Development? The bad season? What are the Keystone Cops? Are fictional, humorously incompetent policemen. Oh, okay. Not a very contemporary reference. Okay. Say... So you're like, let's go on a date, Titus. Don't tell my wife. And he agreed, but not his girlfriend. I think we're just at dinner with Crow and Estelle. We'll say to Estelle, Estelle, Titus is being mysterious as always. What's really going on here? So we're gonna hit up Estelle and see if she'll tell us what Titus won't. The famous socialite, Estelle Winters, who's just with us. I'm afraid that's privileged information, sir, says Crow. She can speak for herself. Speak for herself, Titus. Don't forget the lore pin thing where you can put in the important information. Oh yeah, we can do the little memo. Shut up, Crow. Yeah, she can speak for herself, Titus. Yes, queen. Come on, Estelle. Well, I'm sorry to break it to you, sir, but you're not in the United States of America anymore. It's best if I leave you to it. Bye. Oh, damn. Crow's being... So we're going to pretend the last AI Dungeons lore happened where Titus was an insane scientist. Where I decided to not try to link it. I think it's too hard. It's especially since this is supposed to be a prequel. If we can, we'll do it, but it's not required. Do it. Bye. Okay, do. This is what we're going to do. Spy. Follow Titus and Estelle's car. Yeah, I was joking. Oh, okay. Did he take Estelle with him? You follow Titus and Estelle's car. A Cadillac, probably. You follow Crow and Estelle to the club, where we already were. Don't worry about it. Crow gets out of the car and opens the door for you. Bye, sir, says Crow as he closes the door. What if he just left her in the club? Oh my god. Redo it again. Redo. Retry. Get a better prompt. Or get a better response than that. You follow them out of the club and into a Cadillac parked outside. Oh, you get into the passenger seat. You get in the passenger seat and they slide in beside you. I guess they're either both in the driver's seat or I'm in the middle with Crow and Estelle on the right side. What if you left her in the club and drove in a circle? Estelle leans over and says... What does she say? Oh my goodness. Who's driving the car? Titus has been telling me about your case, and I have some advice for you. It's a long drive to the station, so do you want to take a nap? Do. Take a nap. Take a nap while Estelle drives. Remember, it says, but we could have one little reference where you're like, I heard there was a man who turned into a crow by wherever the crypt was in the newspaper. Oh, true. Yeah, we can try to throw in little references. You take a nap while Estelle drives. We'll take her advice. Oh my god. Training the AI. Please tap on the response you'd like to keep. Okay, we got two choices. You wake up as the car stops at a traffic light. It's raining, and you can see that you're on a highway. Estelle looks at you and smiles. Or, Estelle drives, and she drives well, but she doesn't know where she's going. You fall asleep, and when you wake up, she's pulled over to the side of the road. There's no traffic. I like pulls over to... I mean, that's an insane sequence of sentences. But I do like that we're pulled over on the side of the road. When you wake up, she's pulled over by the side of the road. There's no traffic. Do look out the window at the countryside. You look out the window and the countryside. Oh, that still works. It's not what I wanted to type, but it still works. You look out the window at the passing fields of wheat. No longer passing, we're pulled over. The sky is a perfect blue, and the sun is high above the horizon. Estelle puts her hand on your leg and then slips it down between your legs. We gotta redo that. I'm sorry. One of the thing about AI Dungeon is if you let it, it will become porn every time. So we gotta be chill. The sun is low in the sky and it's warm. The fields, because Titus is also there. The sun is low in the sky and it's warm. The fields on either side of the road are golden in the afternoon light. There's a little village. There's a river. Fine. We'll step out of the car and saunter down to the village. We're just leaving them. We're leaving Titus and Estelle. This is like a psychological thriller now. The things we do don't have to make sense. You saunter down to the village and have a drink in a pub. You have a drink and chat with the locals. Do ask if anyone knows about the Colville. Also, the mines being in Colville feels a little on the nose, but okay. The Colville mines. No, this is true. I once had a torture scene turned into BDSM with a Peter Griffin outfit by the AI. Seems about right. Yeah. The locals look at you as if you're from outer space. They shake their heads. Can't say as I do, sir, says one. Okay. Shifty locals. I guess we're in Colesville. Should we just say... let's go to the mines with Titus and Estelle. We're gonna get this story on track. Back to the Future. Come on. The mine's entrance is a set of heavy steel doors. Titus pulls them open and you follow him inside. The mine is huge, the size of a small town. Is the intro of the book in pins, by the way? No, I just put it in as the beginning. The AI really wants for nothing to happen. Yeah, big time. The mine is huge, the size of a small town. Enter the mines. Ask Titus to hand me the map of the mines, which he has. You ask Titus to hand you the map of the mines. I guarantee he doesn't have it. Oh, I'm wrong. Titus hands you the map. It's a detailed map of the entire mine, from the doors at the entrance all the way to the exit at the end. The mine is huge, the size of a small mine. Marked in miles and miles of yellow tape. Wait. I guess the miles and miles of yellow tape are depicted on the map. Point out the area follow the map. We'll say follow the map to the tunnel with the etchings. We should put that in pins anytime we get an important item or something. Okay, I'm not totally familiar with how this works. Let's do that. Let's do that going forward. I don't want to try to go back and fix this. I don't really know how to do this. Memo. I don't really know how this works, to be real. Hello, Unwisebird, welcome. We're going into some mines to view some mysterious etchings that are here in the coal mines. Follow the map to the tunnel with the etchings. Let's do it. I don't care how to do it. It used to be much easier. Oh, do it now. It used to be much easier. I looked, Rango, at the novel.ai that you linked in the Discord. It does look better, and I wanted to do it, but it needs a... you have to pay for it after the first, 100 text generations or something, and I thought we would probably burn through those in the course of the stream. You just click a pin section next to the edit and can write down anything you wanted to keep. Yeah, it's kind of weird. Prompt settings, memory, author's note... Advanced settings, temperature? Oh, it affects the randomness. I tried novel. It was not that amazing? Oh, dang. Okay. The tunnel's a long, low-ceilinged corridor. The tunnel is low and the ceiling is even lower. Corridor with a single line of rail along the center. It leads down into the bowels of the earth. There's a dog on my bed who's digging a tunnel in it herself. Okay, it's good. She's good. The first one there. Oh, the, memory? If I put in... Okay. There's a tunnel with mysterious etchings in the mine. That top one looked like it? Oh my god, this page doesn't seem to exist. Alright, thanks for that. Well, we can never know how it works. It's a secret. We'll start putting stuff there, but man, I don't know. Well, let's actually, we can do that real quick. There were a series of earthquakes. Earthquakes in a line from south to north. Titus Crow is an eccentric gentleman of science. Estelle North. Oh, what was her name? Not North. Estelle Winter. His girlfriend is his girlfriend. The socialite is a socialite, and his girlfriend. You are Henri de Marigny. Great. We'll take it. We'll do that. It leads down into the bowels of the earth. Do ask Titus if he... Ask Titus and Estelle if they still want to go through with this. It's very spooky down here. No, it says, last time I saw maps in AI Dungeons, it was a nightmare. I remember it was a city road plan, but he was trying lines across each other all over the city, over pavements and shit. It looks like we can maybe do illustrations for stuff too, but I've never tried it before. We've come this far, says Estelle. We're not turning back now. Titus nods. It's fine with me. Let's get this over with. Proceed down the tunnel and examine the etchings with my flashlight. You proceed down the tunnel and examine the etchings with your flashlight. The etchings are a little harder to make out the deeper you go, but they don't seem to make sense. There's a strange maze-like quality to them. What do we do? We're here, let's say record the etchings. Photograph the etchings. It's the 70s. We have a camera. You photograph the etchings. Take pictures of? Probably a better word. You take a photograph of each etching with your digital camera. Don't worry about it. It's the 70s. Storing the images. We didn't say it was the 70s in fairness. It could be any time. Storing the images on your notebook's SD card. You turn a corner and the tunnel opens into a chamber. The walls are covered with etchings. Chance Badger says, oh, for some reason I thought it was like 1880. So in the last story that we did, there was time travel where some characters had gone back from the 70s into the 1800s. So that is potentially a reason. Also, I mean, like, the writing feels very old-timey, doesn't it? And, like, I don't know. I think Rangoet mentioned kind of Dickensian. The walls are covered with etchings. Oh my god, how do we make there be more... We'll say a figure, we'll do story. A figure steps out from the shadows of the chamber. Rangoet says, idea, so we don't always need to act like someone who knows nothing doing the most simple stuff. We could make comments or act out like we understand some of this. I think that's a good idea, yeah. Giants Badger says 1970s SD cards were the size of small mines. Oh my god. Like, we see an etching and we're like, it looks like it could mean this. That's a good idea, yeah, to be a little bit more leading. A figure steps out from the shadows of the chamber and says, well, hello there. Fancy meeting you here. The figure is about 5 feet tall and dressed in a long green gown. Fancy meeting you here. So it seems like somebody who knows us. It's a 5 foot tall person in a long green gown. We'll say, Mariah, what are you doing here? Mariah, I thought you were dead. just make something happen. Reroll that? You want to reroll that? Okay, well, that's a good call. Let's reroll it. A figure steps out from the shadows of the chamber and grabs your arm. A hand clamps down on your arm and you feel a cold, hard object pressed into your back. You struggle, but you're handcuffed. Story. The police are here to stop you from trespassing. That's better. I agree, actually. The police are here to stop you from trespassing. No, it's a cult. Oh, you think it's a cult? What if the police are part of the cult? On Colville's darkest secrets. Whoa! The police are here to stop you from trespassing on Colville's darkest secrets. That's an amazing sentence. I'm sorry, sir. You're under arrest. You turn around and see 2 men behind you. One of them is holding a machine gun. Jesus Christ. Okay, go quietly. The police... Oh, let's say story. Story. The officers have handcuffed Titus. Also, can you do karate? That's not a bad idea. Titus also, but they didn't notice Estelle, who slips off a... What is a tunnel that comes off of a tunnel? I don't know the rules. You can basically do whatever. You can just say do karate. But they didn't notice Estelle, who slips off a side tunnel. Redwood said, to add to what I said, this one might be hard, but trying to add some personality to your character may be good. Naturally, having some kind of personality delivers similarly more emotive responses. Oh, you think that... so AI Dungeon will respond to that? Okay, so Estelle got away. That's what we're saying. Slips off a slide tunnel. I hope they don't think she slips. And disappears. Great. I've heard about you, sir. I know what it is you're looking for. I know where it is. The police lead you to a police car. Do we do a big karate chop? Karate kick the officer when he turns away. Karate kick the police officer. We're doing it. You have 0 actions? Oh. What are these choices? Watch an ad? Use scales? Upgrade plan? Alright, everybody. We're watching an ad. Closing in 8. Thanks for supporting. Thankfully, this targeted advertising isn't like saying anything embarrassing about me. You have 10 actions. Is this what we're gonna have to do now? I didn't know this was ad. Should we just do a couple? We'll just load them up. More Humble Bundle. Sonic the Hedgehog. Ultimate Bundle. Pray for the Gods. Collection of Saga. Final Fantasy Legend. Okay, we have 20 actions. That should be enough for the moment. Can I please karate kick the police officer when he turns away? Rip-a-rooney. Yeah, that is a bit of a bummer, isn't it? Let's watch like 10 or something. Yay, Sonic. We'll do that next time. That's a good idea. The karate kick doesn't do a lot of damage, but it gets your handcuffs loose. One of the officers turns around and the other reaches for his gun. Slap the gun out of the police officer's hand while Titus headbutts the other. Gotta do what? Gotta do what? You and Titus wrestle the gun out of the other officer's hands, and he accidentally shoots himself in the chest. You and Titus take the police car and speed off, but the police are already radioing for help. Pull a Sherlock and discombobulate. Oh, we should have. Okay, drive, hide the car in a barn. A barn, and lay low with the cows. We're laying low with the cows, as you do. You hide the police car in a barn and lay low with the cows. The next morning, the police arrive at the farm to search for the stolen police car. Anyone in here? They call. On the lamb for making cows. It's true. Put on cow disguises. Ugh. We're putting on the cow disguises. Will they work? You put on cow disguises, and you all wait to see what the police will do. The police walk down the aisle between the stalls. Hello? Anyone here? Say moo. The police find the barn and start shooting. What the heck is going on? The first officer says. It's a cow, says the other. Cows can talk? Say moo. We have to be convincing. We gotta sell this. I wonder what Estelle is up to. Okay. Well, okay, the first officer says, but still, what are these people doing farming cows? We call them foo farmers. We call them foo farmers, you say? I don't know. Or, I said moo, you say. The police shoot at the mooing cows again. There's no need for that. They're just cows. Yeah, let's do that. Rangwat says, I remember once at AI Dungeons, I saw someone get in the nuke launch room by just telling the guards of the White House, oh, I'm the president. The police shoot at the mooing cows again. There's no need for that. They're just cows. Story. The police give up. And leave. The police give up and leave the barn. You and the other cows wait for the police to leave. You hear them getting into their car and drive away. Well, says Titus, that was risky. Yeah. Okay, so now we're, you know, we're on the run. Fugitives, as it were. So what's our move here? We've split up with Estelle, who's down in the mines looking at etchings, and we are on the run from the police. I think it's time for us to go to the library and do some and read the microfiche, which we always have to do. Go to the library. Let's bring a cow along as our new member of this investigation team. Agreed. Do befriend. Load one of the cows into the back of the police car. No, the police car. Will it finish the word? Let's see. You load one of the cows into the back of the police car. Why are you doing this? The officer asks. You know we'll kill the other cows if you don't bring them back. Retry that. The police officers are supposed to be gone. So we're re-rolling that. Why are you doing that? One of the officers asks. We need a hostage. Wait, are we driving to the library in a police car, Lamau? I think that's going to be the plan. You load one of the cows. As you drive down the road, you look in the rearview mirror and you see the police car in pursuit. Do dive out of the car and roll into the library parking lot. So dumb. Oh, I love this. You dive out of the car and roll into the library parking lot. You say you get up and run for a large red dumpster. Don't stop, you yell. They'll see you. Or the police car crashes into a parked car. Perfect. The police car crashes into a parked car. Do enter the library and read the microfiche. The local and read historical or read past issues of the local newspaper on microfiche. Those police, they're probably done. The problem is AI dungeons might like grab onto these police and we might be running for them forever. Okay, you enter the library and read past issues of the local newspaper on microfiche. Rango says, what if the cow is the only one who can work the computers? We gotta use them to help us here. Oh, the cow tech expert. I do like that. You find an article about the murders in the current issue. There's a picture of the victims. Notice. No, let's re-roll that. Because there's not murders. There's a mysterious tunnel. That's it. The library's quiet. You read about the Colville Police Department's attempts to break up a stolen car ring and the arrest of a local man named Roger Hooper, who is accused of leading a gang of bank robbers. That is hilarious, but we're gonna re-roll it. We gotta re-roll it. Also, we should put maybe a memo in that we're fugitives now. Actually, let's not do that because they love this. It's not until the next morning you find an ad about the explosion that destroyed the mine. An ad? An ad about the explosion that destroyed the mine? This is probably the best we're gonna do. The ad mentions, and we'll let them write. Oh my word. The ad mentions a mysterious figure who was last seen fleeing the scene of the explosion. Do recognize the figure in the photo. Recognize the mysterious figure in the photo. Did you not get your news from ads? Because also wait, next morning implying we were asleep at the library, we definitely pulled an all-nighter. It's Estelle! You can't believe it! Did she really rob the Colville bank and blow up the mine? The police must have found the evidence, but did they find Estelle? Okay, let's just remove the phrase rob the bank. Did she really blow up the mine? The police must have found the evidence, but did they find Estelle? The evidence? Yeah, okay. Okay, so the mine has now blown up. Oh my god. What do we do from here? We gotta find Estelle. The mine has blown up. Go to the mine inspector's house. Go to the mine inspector's house. I was gonna say, like, look him up in the yellow pages or whatever. Add this to the notes. The ad said, an ad said she blew up the mine. That's a good point. Yep. A newspaper article, which I guess came out, like, that was today's newspaper, right? It must have been, because they, like, we were arrested, we hid out in the barn, went to the library, hid out there overnight. The next day the newspaper gets there and the ad says that Estelle blew up the mine. Says the mine was blown up. Says the local mine was blown up. Estelle was spotted fleeing the scene. Because we don't know for sure that she did it, actually. Also, had to note that we have a cow companion. Yeah. Good call. You have befriended a cow. But did they find Estelle? Do go to the coal mine inspector's house. Okay, so this is the guy we wrote the letter to before who said, please, I'm a married man. I can't respond to your letter. You go to the house of Colville's inspector and ask for his help. I need to find out who kills Estelle, you say. Who's Estelle? She's not dead. We'll try again. The house is dark and cold. You go upstairs to his bedroom. There are 2 boxes in the closet. One is marked coal mine evidence. Alright, we gotta open the box. Open the box. Marked. That seems promising. It's true. Okay, let's watch like 10 ads real quick. New monsters coming to Genshin Impact for PC. If I played Genshin Impact, this channel would be much more popular. I'm feeling a little washed out. Does that make you want to play Genshin Impact? An anime man saying I'm feeling a little washed out. Okay, I don't want any of these. Wow, what a true criminal. Let's do, like, I'm feeling a little washed out, ... I don't know what that means, Genshin Impact. This doesn't make me want to play your game. Are we going to give him a bath? You've reached the actions limit for web. Oh, so we can only do 30 at a time. Rainbow says, IDK, you played Minecraft and you that didn't get you big. That's true. It's a good point. And Giant Spider says, I can't tell any of the Genshins apart. Okay, open the box marked coal mine evidence. It's a very popular game, you're right. Inside are a number of photographs. One is an enlarged photograph of Estelle with a caption that reads, this evidence came together overnight, but that's fine. It's possible. Estelle Winter, a suspect in the explosion that destroyed the mine. Another photo shows Estelle on the night of the explosion. Another photo shows Estelle at the library. Oh my god, she was here too. Rango says, speaking of which, that is the next game I'm suggesting with points. Oh, more Minecraft? We should play more Minecraft sometime. We've got to play the new Frog Detective game, and the logical journeys of the Zoombinis is still on the docket. I swear to God, we will play that game. Because Unwisebird requested that, like, months ago. And we've just been very bad about streaming since then. Shows Estelle at the library. Minecraft Season 2. I think that's not a bad idea. That actually would be a lot of fun, to do another Minecraft server. Okay, so what do we do from here? So she was also at the library. Maybe she's looking for us. Story. Let's say we hear somebody come in downstairs. That's like something that would happen in a book, right? Like they break into the house and they're looking through the evidence and then they hear somebody enter the house. You hear the front door open downstairs. Hello? You hear a soft voice call from the stairwell. Mr. Crow? Mr. Crow, are you there? That's a good one. We probably will go with that. Or, another photo shows Estelle entering the mine on the night of the explosion. Another photo shows Estelle standing in a side tunnel just before it collapses. We'll go with this. I like the idea that he knows, whoever this is knows Titus at least. Rengo says, also, can I ask if at the start of the new server you quickly turn on creative? Because I think it would be neat to add like a little car building, like we've arrived to the new world. Oh, that's a fun idea. Yeah, we could do a little stream where we build like a car or a boat or something arriving. I like that idea. Yeah, we'll pencil that in. I think that's a fine idea. Mr. Crow, are you there? Do put on the cow disguises. We'll say, do hide in the closet with the boxes of evidence. And add Mingus to it for sure. Indeed. There's a lot of hiding in this story. You hide in the closet with the boxes of evidence. Estelle enters the room. Hello, she calls. There's silence. Estelle walks downstairs and looks around the living room. I actually don't want it to be Estelle. Although it sort of makes sense if she's like trying to catch up with us. The closet door creaks open. Mr. Crow, I'm coming in, she says. You hear footsteps? No, try again. Rego says, the second choice reminded me of time Demarie. Oh, Demarini. Yeah, I probably spelled it wrong. Showed us like 10 copies of the same photo. That's right, in the original. Otherwise, it says put on your box disguise. Estelle walks upstairs and sees you. Who's there? You hear the police car pull up outside. Stay where you are. Let's try one more time. They're gonna make it be. They seem pretty set on it being Estelle, but Estelle walks up the stairs, careful not to make a noise. Should we just say what happens next? I think that might be necessary here to move this forward. The police have been looking for you. The police are searching the house. You hear footsteps outside the closet. They're coming for you. Okay, what do we do? Do put on the cow disguise. Do hold my breath. Put on your robe and wizard hat. Oh, you know what we should do? We should put on one of the coats in the closet and try to like hide in the coat that's hanging up. Does that make sense? No. What do we do? Notice the secret door in the back of the closet. Let's bribe the police's jobs for your milk. Nice. You notice the secret door in the back of the closet. It leads to a tunnel full of dark, dangerous, and slimy places. That's so vague. Okay, go down the tunnel. Close the door behind me and go down the tunnel with Titus. Alright, so we found a secret tunnel in the back. We know... Did we find anything from the evidence? You reach a fork in the tunnel. Left leads to a large pool of water, a small island, and a bridge. What? Let's try this one more time. It's my fault for going down this tunnel full of dangerous and slimy places. Aren't we upstairs? How is there a tunnel? IDK, maybe it's on a mountain or something. There's a coal mining community. It's possible. Titus is carrying a flashlight. The mine is in this direction, he says. The tunnel is long and dark. Should we ask how he knows? How can you tell? The mine is this way. Oh, so it's like a secret passage into the mine. I actually kind of like that. It's weird that it's there, but I do like it. Titus answers, I was here after the explosion. I know the mine is this way. Try again, although that is funny. We'll put a memo in about there is a tunnel, a secret tunnel from the mine inspector's house into the coal mine. I used to work here. I know the paths and shortcuts. It's possible, but no. He didn't used to work there. He's a wealthy occultist. He used to work there makes sense because Titus acted like he knew it and was really going in a bit. Oh, maybe. Well, there are some etchings in the rock of this tunnel that guide us, and then there are old mind maps that tell us the direction things were dug, he explains. I was there last night in the mine investigating... One more try. I don't like either of those. This is my fault for asking an open-ended question. Trust me, Titus says, we're almost there. Okay, he can be mysterious. You say, I hope so. The tunnel is dark and wet and full of slime. You and Titus are shivering. Do put on the cow disguise for warmth. Rainbow says, I love option 2 because we were there, Lamau. You put on the cow disguise for warmth. You hear the police car coming toward you. Quick, behind the hill, Titus cries. You run as fast as you can. Doesn't make sense. We're in a tunnel. We reroll. After a long time walking through the dark and slimy tunnel, you and Titus come to a fork. Do you run on all fours? There's a sound of scurrying in the darkness. Okay. Catch one of the rats and put it in my pocket. I mean, the tunnel can open up into a more surreal, weird place. True. Cowworm. Just cowworm along. Oh, I spelled it wrong. Hopefully they seem to figure out when I make typos. You catch one of the rats and put it in your pocket. Don't let go of it, Titus says, or it'll get away. Proceed down the tunnel and look for a way to the surface. We have a rat in our pocket. We gotta add that. Rango says, that's quite like psychological horror of walking through a tunnel and it turns into a forest or something. That's true. Memo. You have a rat in your pocket. Giant Spatcher says, slow clap for Titus's way with words. He's good. Don't let go of it or it'll get away. You proceed down the tunnel and look for a way to the surface. The tunnel is long and dark. You hear a strange, wet squelching sound. What is it? Cast flashlight on the rat man. Is that too forward? On the creature. Something we could investigate is trying to find the explosion site in the mines. That's a good idea, yeah. Cast flashlight on the creature, which we'll give it a chance to be an animal or a monster or something. It's indecisive. You cast a flashlight on the creature. It's a rat, all right, a giant rat. You hear another rat scurrying behind you. It's following us, you say. Let's you know how in the Mines of Moria in the Lord of the Rings they're being followed by Gollum, but like they don't do anything about it. They're just like, okay, well, Gollum's following us. Let's do the same thing. Let's let the giant rat follow us. Tie a string to the rat in your pocket and let it go through the mines, then follow it. Oh, good idea. Yeah, we're doing that. Tie a string to the rat in my pocket, then let it guide us through the mines. I'm on board. You tie a string to the rat in your pocket, then let it guide you through the mines. You find yourself walking in a long, dark, dirt-floored hallway. Do look for the explosion site. Rainbow says, it reminds me a bit of the Darkwood intro, where you start in the doctor's house, but not knowing what's around. You gotta try and find the way back. And see, we are returning to where we came in the mines to go deeper. True. Estelle's still missing in action. Just let's not forget about that. You look for the explosion site. Suddenly you come to a door that's been ripped open. It's a strange sight, like something out of a movie. Do examine the door for clues of how it was opened. This is also a mistake, because it's too open-ended. AI Dungeon's not going to commit to anything about it. There are 2 sets of footprints. I'm wrong. Okay, 1 set of a medium size and 1 set of large size, and they lead in opposite directions. Or, there are no obvious marks, but the door is leaning against the wall in a way that doesn't quite balance. You hear a strange noise. It's like something out of a movie. The footprints? Story. Say... Those footprints look like Estelle's shoes. I don't know how to say that. You know what I'm trying to say. They look like her footprints because I'm familiar with her shoes. Don't worry about it. Damarani is. Oh, perfect. Titus said it. That's super helpful. Those footprints look like Estelle's shoes. He would know. She's his girlfriend. The door is made out of wood. Okay, we ignore him. Those are Estelle's shoes. Not listening to you, Titus. The door is made of wood with a metal latch holding it closed. The latch has been wrenched off the door frame. Okay. So... Follow the medium footprints. Follow Estelle's footprints, we'll say. Estelle is super strong. Or somebody is. She might be. We don't know. She's a socialite. She could be like working out and stuff all the time outside of her socialite hours. The footprints are faint but easy to follow. You turn a corner and see a set of stairs. They are very wet and full of slime. Enough with the slime. Or... Oh, wait. This is me saying something. Undo. Undo. Don't say follow Estelle's footprints. We are going to do follow Estelle's footprints. What if we ask the cow if they saw Estelle? Oh, that's a good idea. If we catch up with the cows again, we gotta make sure to ask them, because she might have followed us to the farm, too. Rainbow says more slime is good. That's a consistent style to the area. I guess that's true. You follow Estelle's footprints. You come to a T-junction. Titus is carrying the flashlight, don't forget. The footprints go left and to right down the tunnel. The cow might be with us. We can check if the cow followed us. I guess the cow... Yeah, well, I think we left the cow in the police car, right? Unless the cow also dived out when we went to the library. The footprints go left and right down the tunnel. Let's retry that. That doesn't make any sense. All right, we got to watch some ads. Oh. All right. Persona 4 Golden. I would consider playing it. I don't know very much about it, but I think it's a long game, right? IDK, you can always double check who's with us. True. One more. What a horrible thing. It makes sense. They gotta run the servers and stuff, but still. It's a bummer. It's very disruptive. A foo farmer. I forgot about the foo farmers. Let's retry that. Asking who's with your posse is a good idea. They always do some weirdo out of nowhere. Well, we had the Japanese guy who was randomly with us last time. Just like suddenly they started talking about him like he'd been there the whole time. You follow Estelle's footprint. They lead you to a small, dark, damp room with a table and some chairs. Do read the papers on the table. They're gonna be... I hope it's not vague. Let's see. You read the papers on the table. There's a newspaper, a postcard, and a map of the mine. The newspaper has a headline that says, Estelle Winter, suspect in mine explosion. Oh, it's a recent... So it's today's paper. Read the postcard. We're gonna have to be... You're right. We're gonna have to take more initiative here in what we say. The postcard is written on the back of an envelope. Don't worry about that. It reads, Dear Mr. Crow, I know you think I had something to do with the explosion that destroyed the mine. I didn't. That's a weird way for her to address us. Let's retry that one. Also, it's weird that the postcard is written on the back of an envelope, so let's just re-roll that one. Dear Mr. Crow, I'm sorry I had to destroy your mine. Oh, the photograph is written on the back of the postcard is written on the back of a photograph of a smiling young woman. It reads, Dear Mr. Crow, I'm sorry I had to destroy your mine, but I had no choice. Comment on that it's strange the new paper is an abandoned mine. No one has been down here, or no one is supposed to be down here. Transpatcher says, I love the postcard on the back of an envelope. Somebody knows we were here. Do read the signature. Do read the signature on the envelope. It's from the mine inspector. Who, what did we name him? Raymond Bentham? Rodney Bentham? We'll just say Rodney. And we'll put that as a memo. Gotta go a sec. Alright, alright. It's from the yours inspector. That's very funny. Because it's mine inspector. But they're like, it's yours. Let's undo that. And we'll edit. It's from the coal mine inspector, Rodney Bentham. He signed his malicious note that he left us. To taunt us, I suppose. It's from the coal mine inspector, Rodney Bentham. There's also a letter from Estelle. It says, Dear Mr. Crow, I had no choice but to destroy your mine. Giant Splash says, computers are great. They aren't. The rats are too big and too many. Let's go edit. Not edit, sorry. Let's go memo. The mine inspector. Too many rats. Destroyed the mine. And we're gonna retry that one. As funny as it is that there's also a letter from Estelle also claiming to have destroyed the mine. Rodney Bentham wants you to know that his suspicions were correct. That doesn't make it. This doesn't make any sense. What are we going to do? Titus says. It's the mine inspector, you say. He's behind everything. Just blow up all of NYC. No. It's mine. It's Colville. What are we going to do? Titus says. I don't know yet, you say. I'm scared. Okay, so we know the mine inspector blew up the tunnel. How do we move this story forward? What needs to happen here? We need to, let's say, do search for clues. Do we want to meet up with Estelle now? What do we want to do? How do we get out of this? I guess we could return to the surface. Just go to a different place. You return to the surface. There's a bright sun shining. The police are gone. There's a row of trees down the road, and you see a blue and white house up ahead. Knock up, we'll say carefully, sneakily peer into the window, into the side window, into the house's side window to see if anyone is home. You sneakily peer into the house's side window to see if anyone is home. A woman is reading a book. You pull your head back before she notices you. She hasn't noticed yet. Okay. Creep into the backyard. Why? We could just go to a different house. Why? What do we need from this house? We need to find Estelle, but we need to not be found by the police. So we need to use the phone, right? Because we'll call. We don't know that it's the 70s. We're gonna try to call Estelle somehow. Knock on the front door. Posing as salesman. You knock on the front door, posing as salesman. The woman says, just a minute, I'll get the door. Wait patiently at the doorstep. Looking. No, let's not mention the police. I was gonna say we're like looking out for the police, but that is a mistake. We don't want the police to be here. After a few minutes, oh man, a young woman opens the door. Good day, she says. I'm here to show you the latest. Good day, you say. I'm here to show you the latest in home security. Do ask to use the phone as part of a security demonstration. The woman you ask to use the phone as part of a security demonstration. The woman motions for you to follow her. She takes you into her living room, which is cozy and clean. Do call Estelle's publicist. She's a socialite. She has a publicist, I bet. You call Estelle's publicist. Is this the publicist for Estelle Winter, you ask? Yes, the woman says. I'm looking for a little favor. Certainly. Say, has Estelle checked in with you? What a cozy and clean room, you say. Since last night? This is her friend. This is her friend. Does Estelle owe anyone money? Demarani. And I'm with Titus Crow. Maybe his name will get us the information from the publicist. Although a good publicist wouldn't tell us this. But you never know. Oh, dear me, no, the woman says. I'm afraid she hasn't been in touch with us. She hasn't checked in for 2 days now. Damn. Does Estelle have any secrets she doesn't want you to share? Do hang up the phone and call Estelle's. Who else would we call to find? Who would she check in with if she couldn't get in touch with us? And call Estelle's. Should we just call her cell phone? Who would she check in with? Secret niece. No. Call Estelle's sister. It's a mistake to introduce all these characters, but we're doing it. You call Estelle's sister. Is Estelle there, you ask? Who is speaking? This is Henri de Marigny, you say. Oh, the woman says. Have you heard anything from Estelle? We got separated from her in Colville. Our sister's probably hip to all this stuff that we're doing, right? I'm impressed they remembered that we're Henri. I'm sorry, the woman says. We haven't heard from her. Is there any number I can reach? I believe she has a cell phone. No, that doesn't work. Just tell us where she is. Just, what do we have to do? Shoot a flare? Well, I haven't heard from Estelle either, but I haven't been in contact with her in 2 days either. Is there a way you can find out where she is? Sure. Maybe the sister will know, like, some little insight about Estelle. Like, oh, when we were kids, whenever we got separated from our parents, we went to the dollar store or whatever, and that was our meetup place. I suppose I could try her house. Why don't you come over here and give you her address? We'll be right over, you say. Unnecessary. Try that again. If we do this again, we need to come up with a strategy going in for how to unblock ourselves in these situations. She's really into Paramore. They're playing 2 towns over. Exactly. I suppose I could check with her agents or her friends. Why didn't you think of her house? But I'm not sure I'll be able to get information from them. She'll probably call when she's ready. One more try. I suppose I could try her cell phone. That would be great, you say. I'll get the phone. No, she doesn't have a cell phone, or we would just call it. I suppose so. Why don't you come over to the house and I'll see if she's checked in with us. She was supposed to do that last night. I guess we could leave Colville. That's fine. Go to the sister's house. Okay, this is what we're gonna do. Undo. Edit. Is there any way you can find out where she is? Instead, we'll say, if she were missing, where would you look for her? Not an alarming thing to ask someone's sister at all. Look for her. We said in the most leading way possible. Just give me a location. That's all I want. I want to know where to go look for Estelle. I don't know, the woman says. I suppose with her reputation, she'd probably check in with her publicist. No, we tried that already. Ah. Please. This is a mistake. To even get into this situation was a mistake. I don't know exactly. I'm afraid I haven't thought that far ahead. One more try. Please. And then we'll just put something in. Something mysterious. I'd go to the police, the woman says. Okay. All right. We're doing it. When we were kids, we used to... I don't know. If I know Estelle, we're just doing it. We're just doing it. If I know Estelle, she'll be hiding. Yeah. In a pumpkin patch. We used to always meet up at the local pumpkin patch as kids. Nailed it. Great. Good enough. Speakeasy. Oh, true. Do go to the pumpkin patch. Wait, it's the 70s. The disco. Do go to the pumpkin patch. Oh, wait, we're pretending to be salesmen still, right? Conclude the security demonstration and excuse ourselves from the woman's house. You conclude the security demonstration and excuse yourself from the woman's house. She smiles as you leave. You walk back to the mine. You hear a strange rumbling sound. Oh yeah, there's like earthquakes and stuff. Do rush under a sturdy doorway for safety. It wouldn't really make sense. If you were outside, you just go stand in the middle of an empty area, but whatever. The door is made of metal. It bends under the pressure of rumbling. The rumbling gets louder and louder. Do run out into the open street. Don't forget Estelle's in a pumpkin patch. We need to track her down. Reading woman is my favorite character. My favorite character so far. Just a plot device so we can get to a phone. You run out into the open street. It's a scene of devastation. The street is littered with the wreckage of buildings. There's a tower of debris in the distance. The ground is shaking. She seems nice. She was a good lady. You run out into the open street. There's a massive cloud of dust in the air. The street is covered in rubble. You see a giant hole in the ground. The coal mine is destroyed. Just the coal mine getting more and more destroyed. Go to the pumpkin patch before the authorities arrive. They're not arriving to the pumpkin patch. It's fine. They're arriving on the scene. You go to the pumpkin patch before the authorities arrive. You see the familiar hay bales and the familiar silhouettes of the pumpkins. There's a familiar voice whispering your name. Or you see a group of children enjoying themselves. There's a seesaw. Let's try again. Let's watch some ads. Oh, I don't want to play any of these games, man. Download now. Genshin Impact. Have you heard of it? It has anime people. And gambling. Everybody's two favorite things. All right, let's go back. Retry, please. Bone woman. We've met some good characters along the way. The rat that's in our pocket. You go to the pumpkin patch before the authorities arrive. Estelle is there, cowering behind a bush. Oh, it's you again, Damarty, she says. Do you ask Estelle how the mine exploded? Will she tell us? She's gonna be... You better not be vague, Estelle, I swear to God. She'll either say, the mine's been sabotaged, she says. You're telling me the mine blew up all by itself? Well, not all by itself, Estelle says. I did it. Or she says, I don't know. It was probably a cave-in or an earthquake or some kind of gas explosion. I really don't know. We'll say, we found a note from the coal mine inspector saying he was responsible for the explosion. Then there was a second explosion just before we got here. We're just gonna tell Estelle all this information. Just get it on the record. Really, she says, that's awful. Who could do something like that? It's almost as if someone wants me to get killed. What if this whole thing is just targeting Estelle, and all the cave crap is just like a red herring, and actually it's because she's a famous socialite and somebody has beef with her? That's very self-centered, Estelle. Okay, what can we do? Return to the library. No, go to the local pharmacy and develop the photographs we took. To get the photographs of the etchings developed. Remember those? We're with Estelle again. We're good. You go to the local pharmacy to get the photographs of the etchings developed. The pharmacist says, should we just let the pharmacist... They'll let the AI tell us. How many photos do you need? As many as you can manage, you say. The pharmacist hands you a box of film. You leave the pharmacy and walk to a sidewalk cafe. We're gonna do... Review the etchings. Photographs with Titus and Estelle. This might be too open-ended still. You review the etching photographs with Titus and Estelle. The photographs show a series of concentric circles like rings in a tree with lines crisscrossing through them. Titus says... What does he say? I think this is the work of the Neuro Mage Guild. It's an interesting turn, but I'm not ready for the Neuro Mage Guild. I'm just not... It's too much. This is a map of the mines in the area, isn't it? That's new, yeah. Yes, it is, Estelle says. Not a map. We can go somewhere in between those things. Neuromancers. Titus says the rings represent the Earth, the lines crisscrossing through them are the sun and the moon. You know, like how you depict the sun and the moon as lines. That pattern is found in the cave drawings of many indigenous cultures around the world. Ask Titus if this gives any insight to the cause of the earthquakes and explosions in the area. You should have said it instead of ask, but it's fine. The rings represent the Earth. Well, the people of the cave drawings did not cause these natural disasters, Titus says. Say. He won't tell us. If we say then who, then is the coal mine inspector? Responsible? What is this mystery? There's weird earthquakes. Yes, Titus says. Then why is he doing this? Estelle asks. I'm not sure, you say. Story. Titus proposes a theory, but it's a little out there. Come on. Come on. Give us something to work with. You head back to the hotel, or the coal mine inspector is in league with the supernatural, Titus says. That's what we wanted. What are you talking about? Let's let the AI tell us. And then we'll add that as a memo note. What are you talking about? Estelle asks. I'll tell you on the drive to the police station, you say. I don't think I like this. Estelle says. Yeah, we're going to the police station. The mine inspector is in league with the supernatural. The mine explosions are supernatural. The mine inspector, the coal mine inspector will say, caused the explosions and is in league with the supernatural. But they're looking for you. That's true. Let's not go to the police station. Can we say... What are you talking about? Estelle asks. Titus elaborates. A little lame, but that's what we're doing. Come on, elaborate. The supernatural is manipulating the world through the use of mythical creatures. The creatures are probably causing the earthquakes and the explosions by causing the coal mine to cave in. That's crazy, you say. Oh my god. Oh my god, that's crazy. So what did I miss? Hey, Rangoet, welcome back. We met up with Estelle after trying hard to track her down. We determined that the coal mine inspector has been the cause of the earthquakes and explosions in the mine. Is this going to be a sequel to Legendary? Oh, I wish. And that there's something supernatural at work. Titus says he is somehow manipulating the world in the name of some ancient evil. We need to find him before he finds us. Well, what are we going to do about that? Estelle asks. Take the rat out of my pocket and hold it out to the group meaningfully. So he's using creatures to manipulate the minds, or we re-rolled that. So he's doing something, yeah, something evil to manipulate the mind. You take the rat out of your pocket and hold it out to the group meaningfully. I think we should eat this thing. You need an action movie catchphrase. They really are sad Peter died. Let's try that one again. Oh, that is good though. I do like that. The group scrutinizes the rat. Do you think he's dangerous? One more time. One more time. Come on. I think we should eat this. Somehow it's even better. Titus and Estelle cautiously accept the rat from you. One more time. And then we'll go back. Why were you trying so much? Because we need to sacrifice this rat to the ancient evil, Titus says. No way. One more. I don't want us to eat this rat. That's just a repeat of what we said. Oh, is it just... We need to kill this rat, you say. Are you crazy? Why not? We can eat the rat. Alright, we'll say, let's change the kill to eat this rat. Seems tasty. We need to eat this rat, you say. Are you crazy, Estelle says? Say. Titus? Explain why. Tell Estelle why. Titus. Tell Estelle why we need to eat the rat. She's ready to know. Alright, we're eating the rat. We're doing it. You say, Titus, tell Estelle why we need to eat the rat. She's ready to know. Titus looks at Estelle and says... The rat represents the link between you and the supernatural. We must consume it to gain its powers so that we may fight this enemy. I don't know if I want any supernatural. I don't know if I want any supernatural powers, Estelle says. Say or do. Season the rat with the salt and pepper on the table, on the cafe table. You season the rat with the salt and pepper on the cafe table. Titus takes the rat in his hand and bites into it. The rat squirms and squeals and smoke comes out of its ears. Take a bite out of the magical rat. Can we ask how we know about this rat? That seems worth finding out. How's the AI doing? It's great. It's creative and engaging. Get out of here. You bite down, but the rat squirms out of your mouth. Bite successfully. Where did we get this rat again? We found it in the mines. This is so sad. You bite successfully. The rat continues to squirm and smoke comes out of his ears. This is good. Titus says, do you offer the rat to Estelle? Oh my god, we gotta watch the ads to find out what happens. It is sad, but sacrifices have to be made to gain incredible magical powers. We won't be able to use supernatural powers if we don't all take a bite of this rat that I had in my pocket. That has smoke coming out of its ears. Brango says, what if we ate Estelle? We know why, but we need no explanation. For her. Why? Why do we eat her? No, we all gotta take a bite of the rat. We're all in this together. This is our Peach Garden oath. Come on, take a bite, Estelle. Do it. It's like, I don't even know. AI is like, I don't know what to do with this. It's thinking really hard. Please write like 10 paragraphs. Come on. A lot's happened. A lot has happened, but also not a lot has happened in this story. I mean, there's weird earthquakes and explosions. Why do we have to eat it? Estelle asks. Because that is what we do to gain power, Titus says. Let's just move this along. Estelle takes a bite. Eats the rest of the rat. Just get it done. We're all in this together. Estelle eats the remainder of the rat. The rat squirms, smoke comes out of its ears, and Estelle begins to cough. This rat is a demon rat, she says. Let's say Titus says. What?
She asks, we're just gonna move those lines around a little bit. And we'll say, I suspected it the whole time. What if we ponder? Just ponder for now. Or if an individual could have more power if they ate other consumers of the rat as well. Oh, I see. I suspected the whole time. That's why I put this rat in my pocket in the first place. Okay, Estelle laughs. You're such a weirdo, she says. Or Estelle coughs. You're such a weirdo, she says. It's endearing. Estelle laughs. You're such a weirdo, she says. Hey. We're all weirdos now. No, so we've got the supernatural powers then. Test out, return to the pumpkin patch to test out our supernatural powers. Gotta go somewhere out of the way, you know. You return to the pumpkin patch to test out your supernatural powers. The night is still and warm. You climb up the fence and walk into the patch. There are no pumpkins. Are the pumpkins just gone? Say, there are no pumpkins? I don't know what to do with this information. Let's just set it aside for now. We have to put in that we have powers now. Right? You, Titus, and Estelle all have that's your new superpower, making pumpkins go away. All have supernatural powers. You banish pumpkins. We have the power to make pumpkins invisible. Rebecca says, hey, we technically got to use our powers for the task. We can do whatever we want with the powers. We could we could eat burgers in another dimension, overthrow governments, become a cow. The possibilities are endless. True. There are no pumpkins. Summon all pumpkins from the surrounding area. You summon all pumpkins from the surrounding area. The night is still and warm. There are no pumpkins. You climb back over the fence. Let's retry that one. What should we do with the pumpkins? It's a good question. There are you summon all pumpkins from the surrounding area. There are a few thousand pumpkins. You climb on top of the fence and look around. Say, now you try your powers, Titus. So Demarni has the power to summon pumpkins. You say, now you try out your power, Titus. You need to close your eyes and concentrate, Titus says. Story. Titus reveals his amazing new supernatural power. Come on. Come on. The power to control the growth of plants. You close your eyes and concentrate. Titus shows you how to move the pumpkins around as if they were pieces on a game board. See? Okay, so I guess that's our power, is to control plants. Mr. Plant! Oh my god. It's all coming together. Mr. Plant is the guy we wrote a letter to at the beginning. Story. Estelle uses her power to return the pumpkins to where they belong. We're putting all those pumpkins back. Mr. Plant. Oh my god. The pumpkins are restored to their patch. You open your eyes and find yourself surrounded by the smiling, happy faces of Estelle
Titus and the cow. We should look for rats to eat. True, we might be able to get more powers. Now that was fun, right? Do return to the mines, equipped, and look for more rats. To search for more rats. The cow. The cow is with us the whole time. They remembered. Let's go to a pet shop and ask if any of their rats are from the mine. That's not a bad idea. You descend the mine shaft. You walk through a long, dark tunnel with no light. You hear the rustling of bats overhead. Do use the... The only thing is, deep underground, there's probably not a lot of plants, right? Do reach up and grab one of the bats. Oh god, we aren't gonna start COVID, right? Oh no! You reach up and grab one of the bats. The bat has a body the size of a small cat. Oh, I guess it depends on how small the cat, but that seems pretty big. Its wings. Oh, its wings are the size of a horse's, and its claws are as long as a dagger. Another demon animal. I knew it. Its wings are the size of a horse's. Come on. You say another demon animal. I knew it. I guess it doesn't have wings. It might just be a cat. I'm not going to like this, you say. You decide to eat the bat. You pop the bat into your mouth and swallow. Story. Your new superpower activates immediately. Just going around eating animals for superpowers. And your new superpower activates immediately, and your throat feels like it's on fire. You feel your head go fuzzy and floaty. You feel the pain in your stomach. Then you feel nothing at all. Retry. What if we find a corpse down here in the mines? You know, a real big meal. No! We'll try to avoid cannibalism at all costs. And your mouth becomes a vacuum, sucking the bat in. Your tongue swells the size of a baseball, but it goes down your esophagus just the same. Do we have a vacuum mouth? If you eat crow, do you get crow powers? Oh, nice. No, it seems like we'll just regret it. Let's try one more time. Vacuum mouth is... We should have stuck with vacuum mouth probably, but it's a little bit weird. The bat becomes a lump of ash in your mouth, and your mouth waters in anticipation of chewing. You wait patiently, hoping the bat will reappear and come alive. My superpower is regret. Ugh. I wish. One more try. The bat becomes a superpowered demon animal. It rips your throat out and then bites your head off. You bleed to death? Let's not have that. Come on. My new superpower. It should have been vacuum mouth. That was a mistake. And the bat's body goes limp like a puppet. You continue walking down the mine shaft. The tunnel is filled with the smell of bat guano. I scream left. One more time. Your new superpower activates immediately, and your mouth and throat feel like they're on fire. The bat is crushed to a pulp inside your mouth. You don't feel any different, except your mouth now hurts. My superpower is my mouth hurts. Story. Titus and Estelle look at you. Amazed. Estelle hand gives you a okay. This is what we're gonna do. Titus and Estelle. Should we get a doctor to check up on us? Not a bad idea. Look at you. Astonished. Estelle hands you her little makeup mirror. You know, the little makeup mirror. You know the one.
which you use to examine your mouth and throat. Your throat feels like it's been slit by a knife, but other than that, you're fine. What just happened? You ask. You were wrong about the animals giving you powers. Your mouth just hurts from eating animals. Let's retry that one time. Because I want us to see that we're, like, different. And you see that your entire mouth is bleeding. What the heck did you do to my mouth, you ask? You swallowed a bat. Estelle says, a giant bat. I will say, oh. Say... Oh, I guess it wasn't actually a demon bat. That explains a lot, Estelle says. I thought it was a bat with a big head. Do wipe my mouth with my sleeve and continue and look for clue, or look for a way to the tunnel with the etchings. We're gonna use our powers here to activate the etchings or something. You wipe your mouth with your sleeve and look for a way to the tunnel with the etchings. The tunnel has a ladder with a steel door at the top. Do open the steel door and pop up. Open the steel door and climb up the ladder. Probably we would have to do those in the opposite order. Rainbow says, do you think that somewhere in the mine sells this demon meat? Somewhere deep inside? You climb up the ladder and find yourself in a large room. The room has 3 walls covered in etchings. There's a table covered in candles. And there is a woman sitting at the table. Do use plant powers on the woman sitting at the table. Preemptively. Just no chances. Use those plant powers. Use plant powers on the woman sitting at the table preemptively. The woman is turned to stone. I see you brought a pack up. How quaint, the woman says. What? Retry that. That doesn't quite... She was turned to stone. That's not how our plant powers work. The woman is an old, frail white lady. I know you, the woman says. Ask, say, how can you possibly know me? I'm not friends with any old people. But I know you, the woman says. I've read your future in the stars. Do ask the woman about my future. I'm only friends with contemporary people. Oh, that's right. We are older, aren't we? It is sort of implied. Maybe we're like, maybe Titus is like 50. You ask the woman about your future. It says you'll save the world, the woman says, but you will be alone. That's not helpful, you say. Story. The coal mine inspector. Yep, he's here. We're just doing it. Steps out from... Oh no, the woman throws off her cowl to reveal she is actually the coal mine inspector. We're moving the story along. We're doing it. Something's gotta happen here. To reveal she's actually the coal mine inspector in disguise. You're a demon, aren't you? The woman says. Well, yes, you say. And you're a witch too, the woman says. Oh, they're not doing well with the whole disguise thing. Should we note this down about the powers? Oh, I thought we did. I'll have supernatural powers. Yeah, we'll say to control plants. Let's retry that real quick. Closing in 5, 4. Please. Do you think they... Does this make everybody want to play this now that we've seen this ad over and over? I think it does. Should we click on the ad just to improve their click-through rate? No. 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 Wait. We have 30. Okay, good. Yeah. I've reached the action limit. Whatever. Retry that real quick. It's actually the coal mine inspector. In disguise. Oh no, you say. You're the one who blew up the mine. I'm not the one who blew up the mine, the coal mine inspector says. Okay. But we found the postcard where you said you were the one who blew up the mine. Oh my god, who blew up this mine? I lied, the coal mine inspectors. The coal mine inspector says. Then why did you bring us here? What is your connection to the demon rats and the mysterious etchings? The coal mine inspector says... What does he say? I know the truth. What, you ask? The coal mine inspector says, I know the truth. And then she dies. If you were imagining the coal mine inspector was a man the whole time, you're a sexist. It was never stated. So there. It's just that classic stereotype about coal mine inspectors being men. Awful of you. The coal mine inspector says, I know the truth, and then she dies. Do search the coal mine inspectors. Also, it might have been stated. Body for clues. So mysterious. He didn't bring us here. We just ran in his house and then his secret door. That is kind of true. You search the coal mine inspector's body for clues. The inspector was stabbed in the neck and her blood is splattered across the room. There is also a strange object on the table. Do examine the strange object with a UV light. Should we eat her corpse? No. No cannibalism unless we can't help it. You examine the strange object with a UV light. The strange object is a postcard covered in etchings. The postcard shows the same tunnel you just came from. Do... notice the secret... Why does the AI try to keep things going forever, or does it ever direct towards an ending? I really do. I think it does kind of keep things going and going and going. We can push it to an ending, though. A postcard on the back of an envelope covered in etchings. Rebecca says, let's at least just mention to Titus that the body probably has powers and someone consumed it, but let's not do that. No. Shows the same tunnel you just came from. Notice the etchings indicate a secret button. A secret button? A secret button. We're just telling the game what we notice. You notice the etchings indicate a secret button. You press the button and a trap door opens. There's a staircase leading down. You take the stairs down. Remember, we took a ladder up. Now we're taking the stairs down. Let's let the AI tell us what's at the bottom of the stairs. Okay, so somebody stabbed the coal mine inspector in the neck, and he didn't really blow up the mine. There is a landing with a statue of a snake. You press a button under the statue. It's another button, don't worry. A door opens on the other side of the landing. You take the stairs up. Okay, we've gone up and down and up. Let's see what's in the next room. We'll just let it take us for a little bit of a journey here. It's never gonna... You are in a room with an elevated view of the room. There are 2 doors, one on the left, one on the right. The door on the left is a wardrobe. Put on the clothes. The clothes in the wardrobe. I didn't mean to do the slash there, but it's fine. That works. You put on the clothes in the wardrobe. You are now wearing a black cloak. The other door is a mirror. You press the button under the mirror. A trap door opens. Go down the trap door to join the cultists down there. So we're in our cult disguise. We're wearing our robe that we found in the wardrobe. You are now in a room with 5 people. Yeah, I slash all the time. You're now in a room with 5 people. The 5 people are wearing robes and chanting. Do chant along, but try to determine who the leader is. Let's play into that and think about how you instinctively know where the buttons are. Ooh, I like that. Maybe we have some weird memory of this place, or you know, it's like this place is we've never been here before, but it's familiar. I know where all the buttons are. They seem to be you chant along, but try to determine who the leader is. They seem to be waiting for something. You look in the mirror again. There is a woman there. Story. The woman addresses the assembled cultists. It was a cult all along. It was. We figured it out. It had to be a cult. We need to cast a circle, she says. You decide to do some more investigating on your own. You explore the room. As funny as it is to press another button, let's not leave yet. The woman addresses the assembled cultists. It's Estelle, the woman says, and I don't think we should trust her. There's a sudden flash of light, and then you are back in your bedroom. Do we want to take part of this? I like her being like, it's Estelle. I don't think we should. Let's re-roll it. I don't want it to all be a dream or anything. We could be back in our bedroom. We could work with it, but we're in the mine with the cultists. I see we have some new members with us today, she says. There's a man in the corner who is staring at you. You are now in the central chamber of the temple. To introduce myself to the cultists. You introduce yourself to the cultists. The woman addresses the cultists. We have a new member with us today. His name, that is repetitive. She doesn't know us. I'm introducing myself. The leader of the cultists, a short, balding man with a long beard, steps forward. Say a fun fact about yourself. What if we join them? We could. Do listen to what the balding man has to say. It's a mistake. It's a mistake. We have been waiting for you, the man says. You have brought us a great gift, he says. She might know your name. You knew where the buttons were. True. It could be a thing. We've brought you a great gift, and we will show you to your chamber. He points to the young woman standing beside him. Our sister will escort you, he says. The young woman approaches you. We will follow the young woman to the chamber cautiously. In a past life, you were the leader of the cultists. Oh my god. Can we somehow make it about time travel too at like the last second? You follow the young woman to the chamber cautiously. She leads you to a chamber that is smaller than the one you just left. The cult leader, said we brought him a gift. What gift did we bring? You're secretly the cultist grandfather. Oh my god. The young woman approaches you. You did not bring us anything, she says. Nah, come on. It's one of us. One of us is the gift, right? And it's a sacrifice or something. You do not know yet, she says. I do not. Don't you waffle with me, AI Dungeon. Then follow me, she says. She leads you to a room with a bed in it. Careful now. Wait, you say? What did we bring? What is this gift? Careful. Room with a bed in it. I don't like it. You shall see, she says. She then leads you to a room with a hole in the floor. Stand on the edge of the hole, she says. Okay. Okay, but no funny business. Also remember, death is not the end necessarily. Is it a bottomless pit? We'll find out. She pushes you forward. You step off the edge of the hole and fall into darkness. Ah! Do wake up. Hours later. You wake up hours later. You are in a bed in a small room. A young woman is sitting on the bed next to you, stroking your face. Say, what happened? What happened? Where are my friends? It could be a sinister face stroking. You say, what happened? Where are my friends? The young woman looks at you smiling. You don't remember? She asks. Remember what? You say. We went in a hole. Ooh, it's a time travel portal. Oh my god. You don't remember walking down the steps, falling into the hole, and waking up here? She says, I don't remember. We rescued you from the pit, she says. Do ask, demand to be, see my friends. Maybe the earthquakes opened a tear in space and time! Remember, it says this is like in Pathologic 1, when a supposed local leader of the indigenous group, despite the fact no one mentions him, gives you a bunch of tasks, ending with one to jump down a hole, and if you jump down the hole, you die. They're in the other room, she says. You walk through a door on the right to find the same room as before. Do jump in the hole again. You jump in the hole again. There's a pit of darkness below you. Do you jump again? No. You exit the room. We retry that one. No, you don't. No. Thanks, game. Thanks for letting me know. Come on. We'll do one more. We'll load them up. Thanks for supporting AI Dungeon. And in another campaign later where you play as a different character, you can use some power or something to swap that character with someone else jumping in the hole. Oh, nice. You jump in the hole again. Is that the first time the AI has been like, no, that doesn't happen? I think so. Also, that detail means the game canonically choices he fell for it and jumped down the hole. Oh. Interesting. In Pathologic, you mean. There's a large table in the center. You're in a small chamber. There's a large table in the center of the room. There are 7 men and women in the room. Okay, we gotta move this along. What do we do? Use plant powers to throw the cult meeting into chaos. There's some weird hole shenanigans. You use plant powers to throw the cult meeting into chaos. The cultists are scattered and confused. Estelle and Titus are still. You walk up to Estelle. Did you guys figure out the mystery while I was out unconscious? Please say yes. Remember, so that kind of goes with how you play different characters. The characters you play in other campaigns make the worst choices and fail so much. Oh, that's kind of interesting. Estelle looks up from the meditation circle she is drawing and says, yes, we did. We're gonna remove this. Who are you? She asks. Say, what was causing the explosions? Who made the etchings? The game's not gonna tell us, right? We're gonna have to tell them at the end. Estelle looks up at you. You do not yet know? She asks. I do not. Tell me. Tell me something conclusive. Or we'll just write it ourselves if we have to. Then follow me, she says. Oh my god. You follow Estelle to a room with a large, comfortable bed in it. Wait, you said. Did you say we don't know? Story. You have a weird feeling that this has all happened before. Estelle sits on the bed. Sit down, she says. What if you say, I suddenly remember some stuff you did. Lots of characters taking you to bedrooms. The cow farmers, the foofers or whatever. Sit down, she says. You sit on the bed. Close your eyes, she says. You close your eyes. Story. Suddenly, you understand everything. What if we remember something we did? What if we did it? You were sent back in time to stop the events that lead to the pit being opened. You are the only one who can save both the present and the future. Oh my god, we were the Terminator the whole time. We did it! Oh, we did it. Story. Do go to the chambers and carve. Go to the tunnels and carve mysterious etchings into the walls. You are Mr. Plant! You go to the tunnels and carve mysterious etchings into the wall. You have a feeling that this is all part of a larger plan. You are a hero, you just don't know it yet. Set explosives in the mine, in various crucial parts of the coal mine. But what was our plan? We don't know yet. So we're back in time. We're making the etchings. You set explosives in various crucial parts of the coal mine. The explosions destroy the mine and the tunnels. Titus, Estelle, and you are saved. You are the only survivor. Let's try that just again. Narcissism going on. Yeah, it's become very weird. You set off a series of small explosives. The ground shakes. The coal mine is destroyed. Estelle smiles. Say... Same time next year. Wait, crazy idea. This is maybe a weird way to go, but what if we let the rat eat us? And that's how the rat got powers. Estelle smiles. Yes, you open your eyes. Estelle is gone. The other cultists are gone. You should all take the Cadillac back to the club. You're right, you're right. Do? Yes. Take the Cadillac back to the club. We make the etchings, we blow up the mines. We're going back to the club. It's so, oh my gosh, it's so mysterious. You take the elevator to the penthouse. The doorman is gone. You walk into the foyer and see the ballroom. Do dance unsuspiciously. Nobody knows that you have traveled, that I have traveled through time. That we have traveled through time. Franklin says, I still don't understand how we fixed the problem. Because we went back in time to set off the explosion we saw already, and that didn't do anything to stop the problem? Yeah, it's unclear why we did that. Nobody knows you have traveled through time. Oh my god, the epilogue. You dance unsuspiciously. Nobody knows that you have traveled through time. Everybody loves you. The next morning, you go to work. You sit in the cubicle. You surf the internet. Do read article explaining why the mine explosions were significant. Let's find out. You read an article explaining why yours explosions were significant. The explosions were caused by the mine being destroyed, according to the article. The future is safe. The next day, you go to lunch. Hold up. Let's go undo and say, because it always thinks the. We have to say do read article explaining the meaning, explaining the 1970s internet. You know. Read article explaining the significance, yeah, we'll do it, of the coal mine explosions. How have they changed the world? I admit this is a bit lazy, but we just need to know in the epilogue, why did we do all this? We did go through time, so IDK, true. The world has never been a better place. Everyone loves you. The next day, you go to lunch. Do eat a sandwich. Content in the knowledge that I have somehow saved the future. You eat a sandwich, content in the knowledge you have somehow saved the future. You work at the sandwich shop. You wear a white shirt and a yellow apron. You are a sandwich maker. The end. Please. All this new information. Where was this before? You the end. You walk out of the sandwich shop. No! You enter the coffee shop and sit down. You order a large coffee. We saw the cultists. This makes no sense unless they were in the past. Well, I think they might have been. Yeah, I don't really know. I'll admit it's very mysterious, and perhaps so mysterious and open to interpretation that it makes no sense at all. But that's our story. We went to investigate the explosions in the mines with our friend Titus. His attention was drawn to it. We ran all around. We disguised ourselves as cows to hide from the police. We went in the tunnels. We developed superpowers. And it turned out that all of it was that we could send Damarani back in time in order to explode the mine, to cause Titus to come to the town to get superpowers. To use your plant powers to make sandwiches? Oh, maybe. Maybe we're setting larger events into motion, by developing plant superpowers. Maybe that was the whole point. We don't really know, but I think let's call it here. Admittedly, a little bit less of a coherent ending. We had the sweet twist ending last time. This was technically a twist ending, but I think raised more questions perhaps than it answered. This is why it's the first book. Yeah. Oh man. Yeah. Let's call it here for now. I'm glad that we did this. This has been more AI Dungeons. Maybe we'll do this again next year or some other time. I do enjoy these streams. Yeah. Should we just wrap up? If you watched any of this live tonight, thank you so much for watching live. Thanks for hanging out with us as we explored the burrowers beneath and wrote it. Didn't even get to the lo-fi loop. True. Yeah, we never got to the end of it. And if you watch this as a recording or on YouTube, thank you so much for watching that way too. And until next time, I will see you later.